All right, local swell tracker Saturday the 12th, and we've got some clearing skies, although still some wet weather in the Windward and Malca areas. Trades clocking 15 to 25 knots from the northeast, and we have a nice 5 to 8 foot west-northwest swell from this guy right here. These are models from last Monday. This guy came off the Kuril Islands, a very broad, wide fetch, showing that big high pressure establishing here to our northwest. It's been kind of affecting the jet stream. We'll get to all that, but I wanted to do a little hindcasting, show you this guy. Just gales, but the thing was so broad, and that helped bring us our wave. So there she is right there. This thing, again, peaking solid 8 feet with kind of side shore windy conditions, better out on the leeward shorelines. We are looking at the swell to drop quite a bit on Sunday to no more than 4, maybe 5 feet. And then that guy gets out of here. But then we have another more compact, stronger storm, but it stays over 2,300 miles away. This guy right here, again, about the same area with stronger winds, but it stays way far away and it's more compact. That puppy right here, this is from Saturday the 12th. Today will bump us up Wednesday afternoon, peaking 5 to 7 if we're lucky on Thursday. And it'll have that west-northwest angle, about 300 degrees. And getting to today's models, thanks to Storm Surf and Mark over there and the crew, we're looking at this storm right here that I was just showing you, the surface winds, and these are the sea heights produced by those surface winds I was showing you. And there's the little guy that actually has a decent, almost captured fetch and stays far away. And then look at this quiet period we're going into. This is Wednesday. Boy, are we looking like spring here, actually like summer. But things do kind of kick into play here towards the end of next week, maybe for a little bit of a bump. But we're going into a quiet period, gang. Not that we can't have exceptions well into June, so we'll just hope for those. All right, let's take a look at the South Pack. You can see the surface winds very zonal or west to east. This storm tracking down towards the tip of New Zealand. We're not going to get anything from that. It doesn't have the right track. Big high pressure here in the southwest region is suppressing any low pressures we like coming up that east coast of New Zealand right here. We do see an equatorial bound flow far south of New Zealand. Let me get to that here. I just wanted to show you again the surface winds, pretty marginal. Anything you see over here is heading off to South America. It does start to increase in storminess next week, and although through this weekend it remains zonal, things are starting to look up for some south swell the last third of the month. Let me jump into that right now. So currently, this weekend, big storm too far out of our swell window here. High pressure, as I was saying, dominating. Any storm activity too far south and zonal down by the Ross Ice Shelf. We click in the animations and we don't see anything really going on for us until late next week. So there we go. There's a slight marginal gale fetch for next Wednesday, Thursday. We might see some 1 to 2, 2.5 footers out of this guy. Wednesday the 23rd, 24th. That's iffy. We have a better shot of some south sideband swell from this big storm here that reaches heights of 35 feet. Will send a lot of great swell up to Baja, South America, and even the west coast. We'll see some sideband south swell on that guy. This one will be for Thursday, Friday, the 24th, 25th. Now, if this guy was sitting right where this high pressure is sitting, we'd be looking at a 4 to 6 foot swell. Such is our luck. That is coming. Here's the quick scats. Kind of hard to read, but here's Hawaii sitting here about 20 degrees north, 165 degree longitude. We have some of that storminess right here, bringing us our swell today. And down under, it looks like there's some swell here, but it's all heading zonal. But the quick scats help to refine Wave Watch 3 measurements. Okay, taking a look at the jet stream starting up on the north. It's troughing here right in between Japan and Hawaii with some, 150 knot winds. It's pretty broken up past the date line, but there's a lot of weak troughiness, and thus the showers embedded in the trade wind flow thanks to that troughiness that's pinching off an eddy near to Hawaii right here. A high pressure is going to take care of that. Let me click in the animations and you can see that big blue area right there forming. That's going to be a persistent high bouncing the jet up and over it. We get some more troughiness next week, but it's not going to be steering any storms. Not enough time to develop those and enhance those systems. And then in the long haul, the jet's very weak, although it is extending all the way across, nearly almost across from Japan to the west coast. Now let's take a glimpse down under. You can see in about a week we have that flow up towards the equator, but we're over here and it's just pointing out of our swell window. So we're hoping that one big system I was showing you will allow for some 3-foot south-southeast swell on the 25th of the month, Friday. We'll go ahead and run the loops again for down under. You can see very zonal, far south, no potential for any surf. We're just seeing background levels right now. We see a little bit of a move up towards the equator, and then here's the guy that's going to be bringing us out of our doldrums. But it doesn't look like anything up near 4 feet at this point. Take a look at the surface charts. You can see that big high pressure and the low, the trailing front that's just brushing the islands, allowing for slightly unstable weather. As that high passes north of the state, most of the showers will favor the Windward and Mauka areas. Trades are sufficiently strong enough to blow some showers occasionally over to the leeward areas, and we definitely have a northeast tilt to those winds. And we also will watch from this high pressure a northeast swell built Sunday, Monday in that near high surf advisory level realm. There comes that next low pressure for Wednesday, Thursday's swell. Not getting anything from these guys up here anymore in the Gulf. Let's go from the surface now up to the upper regions in the water vapor loop. You can see that upper level trough digging down towards the state from the northwest. It's helped to enhance that moisture embedded in the trade winds, allowing for numerous Windward and Mauka rain this morning. That upper low is forecast to weaken and move further away from the state during the middle of next week, and drier weather is expected with lighter trade winds as well. Well, we definitely have some storminess still up there in the North Pack, as you can see, and it is down towards us. The jet also in the upper regions showed the same flow, showing the prettier loops. You can see the clouds are fairly numerous. The low 80s, the lows around 70, and we are looking and waiting for Thursday for lighter trade winds and a little west swell. Thursday is a good day to mark the calendar. One last look, if you can see these lines are actually moving. Here's the equator. The high pressure right here to our north with a clockwise flow, creating those northeasterly winds. There's the storm up here, bringing our waves for next Thursday off the Kuriles Islands. And that should wrap it up. We'll see you out in the lineup and back here next weekend on your local swell tracker. Have a great week in the water. Aloha.